Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is the Kind-Hearted Elf and this is our Road to 1000 Elo rapid rating climb. Searching for a game now. Apologies again that Okay, I'm playing a 1000 rated player. This is the first time that's happened. Apologies about my display. I don't have the time still. I hope to have that fixed later this week. Just haven't had the chance today. Okay. I read a little bit of theory about the Scotch Gambit last night, and this is where that theoretical understanding ends. Play this. Maybe I should have just taken this back straight away. I just want to clarify with the time disappearing. That was not so much because I added that cheeky little thing asking people to please subscribe, but more so because it was more to do with the fact that I've set up a new streaming, recording. Okay, should I take this? Sorry, I'm getting myself distracted. Castle. A new recording interface for playing longer games on Lee Chess, which is something I'm hoping to start doing, like a 30-minute Lee Chess game. Here, this defends this, hits this. That. I'm just going to take this. If he takes here, I take back. Takes this. Do need to pay a little bit faster. Okay. Attacking that and threatening this. Though if he castles, then that doesn't do anything. So maybe Fianchetto and line up on this side. I've just taken that square away from my queen though. Okay. prevents this. Imagine he might get the... Yeah. I think that's good for damaging his pawn structure. Although he has this... just develop this, hitting that. No, doesn't work. Okay. I think if I develop the knight further first, I want to play this next. This. Okay. It'd be nice to get my knight on this square. Well, actually, it's defended. Probably don't draw the rook across because of this. So, thinking about this. Takes... Oh, I can't take first. Guess I take like that. The dark squares are pretty locked up at the moment, but I probably need to move my king over soon. Okay. think I like this. I think he wants to play that anyway. So... Oops. Okay. I've made a mistake. Well, I can... I should have thought more there. Okay. Okay. Just trying to find a move where I can attack something afterwards. This position's a bit complicated for me now. If I do this, probably move him off this diagonal. Does he give a check? Move the king over. Looking at infiltrating. I've got time, so I just need to spend it. Find the right move here. Looking at knight here or here. I'm also considering doubling my rook. I'm just curious as to tactics, but I don't think so. I just need to play a move. So... Okay. I need to be avoiding back rank threats. Um, Okay, good game to my opponent. My first game with the Scotch. So, quick update on the time for that one, guys. That was 10 minutes. I ended up with, my opponent had 19. So, he played very quickly to get his, he started with 15 minutes. So, yeah, good game. Let's have a look at the analysis. That was like I said, first game in the Scotch Gambit. And I've sort of settled on the Scotch is going to be the opening I try to play if I'm met with e4, e5. I'm not going to go crazy with the theory, and I'll just show you guys. I own a copy of this King's Indian Attack move by Neil MacDonald. I'm going to try to learn some of the King's Indian Attack, just work through that book slowly. I know it's way over my head, but I feel like I like the opening, and I kind of like the positions I get in it, so it can't be too harmful to at least learn some of the ideas. I mean, the writing in that book's very good. So, before we jump into the analysis as well, I just want to say, filming this on the day that the news about GM Danya came out, and that it's upset me quite a bit, and I'm sure it's upset many of you. If you watched his streams, you probably had the same feeling that I do, that he seemed like quite a nice person. And so just rest in peace. All right, let's jump into the review. 81 accuracy from me. There was a major blunder. Okay. Well, I'm excited. That might have been where or I played the knight move that I thought about for a long time. But my opponent didn't recognize it, and so I managed to hold out and win. So quite an accurate game from both parties. And as I said yesterday, I lost, but I played probably my most accurate loss so far. So there was a really bad blunder where I took a pawn with my knight and allowed my knight to be recaptured, which was... Oh, sorry, it's probably occurred... no, where was it? Yeah, here. He had a knight here for some reason, I think. But in any case, it was bad. But overall, the game was played fairly accurately, and so... yeah, let's jump into the review. So, e4, and as it says here, that puts me in the same camp as Kasparov, Carlsen, and Fischer. So, yeah, that's good. E4, E5, F3, D4, E takes D4, and then this is the Scotch game. Is it still the Scotch game after the knight takes? Yeah. So I think this is more the Scotch gambit, is my understanding. And I think I'd rather play the gambit than the game, just because it's maybe a little bit less common. Yeah, so that move, that did strike me as a little bit odd. It was to prevent me barreling down on his queen, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Because I can't take his queen anyway. There's defense, adequate defense, so it was a wasted tempo at the start. A castle, which is the best. I spent a little bit of time thinking about this, but... okay, so I take the pawn back. I should have activated a rook and defended this, which is actually a lot, and that makes a lot of sense because I was worried about how am I going to defend this, and I settled on the queen, I think. No, I just took. Okay. Should have pushed that. He's got... drive him to the edge of the board. Yeah, okay. These pawn pushing moves, and I think somebody's commented in the past, they're not the easiest thing for a beginner to see. And I still count myself as a beginner, well and truly. So, when I've got a rook behind it, just because of the the King's Indian attack, that's a motif in that opening. But yeah, probably should have looked for this. It takes away a tempo that he could otherwise be using productively. Okay. So over defending the pawn, and probably would have been better to develop it to here, now that I think about it. So that was a bit of a weird move. I think I realized after I played it, I don't know if I said it in the game, but kind of blocking in my bishop for no good reason. Okay, I did consider this for a while. I believe I considered this, and I certainly considered that, but then I thought, after castles, it's kind of a wasted move, and I need to be trying to do something about this bishop, which I've made life difficult for. So yeah, this was still fine. Curious, after this, does he just castle? Yep. And then... okay, so it's sort of... I've got to start reorientating my pieces to, I think, take advantage of this weakness. Obviously, these are all the top engine moves, and it's like a... is this to force a draw? It's like recycling the knights back and forth. Is there like a mate in one threat from white if this doesn't happen? How's it not a draw? What's going on? This is glitched. Defends the pawn. Okay, now I jump in here. Okay, I'm not going to go too far down that rabbit hole, because that was starting to make me dizzy. So here, I thought he would play that move, and capturing it was best. So, again, it really wanted me to drive my queen over here, and I just fought against doing that. I guess the benefit is it stops the knight from coming down. So I'm thinking about this pawn, but I guess it's more of a preventative measure for this knight without impacting my pawn structure. You guys tell me, is that the reason it's asking me to do this? I think so, now that I look at that again. Okay, now it's saying here, because that's undefended. Okay. Okay, this was a miss. An inaccuracy. Okay. Yeah, he was worried about this, I think. I considered this happening. What was my logic here? Takes. Just go back. Okay. And at the end of all of that, it's very equal position. So that's okay. Okay, I found the best move with f4. That's nice. Because I hesitated for, it says here 40 seconds, but I think I also was thinking about that move back here. Would it have been okay here? Just good, not the best. Okay. So the best move in this position was to push this, to lock that up for en passant. And would it then ask me to move my knight here? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's something I need to internalize, is blockade this pawn, shut it down. If I want to get my knight here, prevent any prevent the push with en passant. Cool. So I mean, I had the right idea. I needed to do something about this this knight because it was bad back here. But yeah, I missed this idea. So I'll try to remember that. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I should have just taken here. I did miss that this was hanging. So it takes this, rook across. It's huge advantage here. That's very cheeky. Okay. What happens if I get thirsty for the pawn? It's also fine. Then can I grab that? Okay. That's quite nice for me. So he takes the pawn. Okay, then I shouldn't recapture because he takes, I take, he takes. Okay. I mean, that's close to the position I ended up in. So if I just take first, that's keeping his bishop really bad, actually. I missed that. I can only go back or here. If it comes down, I just take. So, and if you went here, I take, no, No, that doesn't work. It's not defended. Okay, but I guess I see the idea here. I mean, the longer the game goes on, the more beneficial it is to damage his pawn structure and to block off his bishop. So that would have been a pretty productive move. I did think about it, but I think the problem was I was thinking keep my bishop on the long diagonal, don't trade it off. I could eventually win this pawn, potentially the rook, and also if he were to try to castle, because I feel like at this stage he hasn't moved his king, so he could castle this way. He's got a rook on the open file. This, well, yeah, it's open, and but I guess strategically that wasn't going to happen in this game. Like, in this position, my advantage is massive, and I think he just has to play defensive. So yeah, I broke open the position at the right time with that move. And he played the bad queen move there, or the inaccurate queen move. That move didn't do anything. I don't really know what it was thinking about doing, unless he was aware of this idea and wanted to shut down en passant. But even if that were the case, I would just take before he could take my knight. And probably push and attack his queen, so I'm not sure. But yes, that really swung the elo. Now what did I do here? Yeah, didn't like this. Okay, I should have just played to... Whoop, sorry. I should have just played to D file here. Okay. This all makes sense to me. Now he castles. Queenside. And what's black's follow-up? Back? Trade. Rook takes. I like that. I think that's the move I would play in this position. Because I could bring my knight up here with an outpost. He's obviously the light squares, he can't get in. If he pushes this, I've got that. So is this an okay move? No. That is not an okay move. Go here like I wanted, but... Oh yeah, I'm in trouble. Okay. So that was a very bad move in that position. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I thought about this. So okay, so here I should have played this. Get on the light square and get off the back rank, I guess. I also had the thought, and sorry I didn't talk too much towards the end of the game. I didn't explain what I was thinking. Sort of trying to play off a bit of instinct. But I thought about here, I think, yeah, it was here, to play like this and tuck my king away. He's fairly safe there, I think. So, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad that was the best move. I was worried about that one. I wasn't sure what I was doing there. Let's see this blunder. Okay, show the follow-up. Okay. So yeah, no, that makes complete sense. I neglected the fact that I couldn't go up after that. Could I go here? Is that... That's another blunder. No. Can. But then after this... Well, it's almost forcing a perpetual. Right? Which I think he would have taken. So, okay. So, this move here, instead of this, what should I have played? This. And I considered that. So I'd like to think that in his position here, I would have found this move, because he has quite a lot of time. He did a good job of bringing his king into the action, I thought. So after this, okay, here, yeah. Okay. So yeah, he missed this. I'm glad I looked at that, because that's probably, yeah. I mean, I guess it's not too common that I'm gonna face a king. Well, no, maybe it is. Maybe it is. On that square. And then, so here this works. Okay. Let's see what actually happened. So yeah, I definitely misplayed this, because I should have gone back here, right? At some stage here. Then there's this one. Okay. So, should have just grabbed that. Okay, so up here is better. Does this work? Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, the big moment, the key blunder was this one. Thankfully, he missed it. Okay. Yeah, so that was the key blunder. Again, thankfully he missed it. That was my first win, I think, at least since my rating's been out of the whatever it's called, sorry, I can't remember the word right now, before you have an official rating. Out of that stage, it's the first time I beat somebody over 1,000, so that's good for the mental. And yeah, and it's also my first win with the Scotch, and yeah, I had fun playing the Scotch Gambit. So that's my opening against e4, e5, obviously e4, d5. I need to learn probably a few lines in the Scandi. although I think I can probably get a reasonable position without doing too much study on that one. And then I'm going to keep trying to play the King's Indian against the Caro or the Sicilian or anything else like that. And the French. Those are the openings I know I can play it against. So I'm going to keep trying it. And anyway, won't ramble too long. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.